second to Imola, with Davide Cerqueira lining up on pole, that Sebastian Ocampo, 2 from Bledras on Ultra. Ocampo will be happy with qualifying, Benedetto and Olsen 5th and 6th. Tom Leon Adelaide down on the road behind him, with Rainbow and UK Paul finishing top 10 from the bottom, finishing top half. Bottom half side like from Castro and Van Hunt from 12th to 14th. Then we have Delivery, Bracken Crumpley versus Theo, Devin Butler, Zygmunt, Headley in the bottom row being Marcus Khan and Daniel Bogsarov. So here we go, the second of 3 Italian races commences. It's the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go. And off in the front, it's a good reaction for Sebastian Ocampo with the medium tyres. His person alongside Davide Cerqueira also on the mediums. They're working well on the launch, which is a bit unusual, but it's a good sign for anyone who is running that tyre. And Ocampo and Cerqueira battling right now as they head into the second sector. Ocampo on the outside, not where you want to be. It might leave him a little bit prone to the soft runners behind, which are BDS to Olsen. BDS looking to get down the inside. He can't do it though because Ocampo covered him off while trying to make a move of his own on Davide Cerqueira. And as we watch the Mercedes still trying to defend from the Red Bull, the Red Bull gets onto the outside line and he's going to send it into the chicane going down the inside. They're alongside each other as they're heading down into the final 2 corners. Davide Cerqueira getting himself back ahead up into first position. That was perfect alignment for the Brazilian, who stays ahead beyond the soft runners starting to fade away a bit already at the start of this first lap. As we head on to lap 2 now, it is still the same top 3 as before. And Daniel Bogsarov has made up 1 place in this race. Incredible stuff for him, 1 place. Now, as you can see now, BDS getting a fight now, and it's with Ultra Pro at the moment. Ultra Pro will be wanting to get his Ferrari up into 3rd. Ferrari not happy with their performances recently, and if they can impress the Tifosi, they have 3 chances this year overall now. Of course, they failed last time with Ultra Pro's ridiculous strategy, and now they've got to make up for it, because that was a possible podium just wiped away due to strategy calls. And here we are, Ocampo losing a lot of time there at the exit of that chicane. BDS is going to fly by as Ocampo drops well behind Cerqueira. Have to rely on this straight here. Got a lot more traction coming out of it. DRS so is full-bladed Dragonsonic, but BDS does fall behind the end. He has less grip and traction at the end of that final corner. Ocampo was able to get back up into P2 and even catch up to Cerqueira. So he's had a really good time there at the exit of that final corner, managing to outpace someone. Like, they managed to outpace someone who had DRS, which is seriously impressive, if I do say so myself. And it's also making his way up into P4. He was down in P6 earlier, so it's been a good it's going to be a good first couple of laps for him. Also, sorry if I messed up my words a lot, which I know I am. It's early in the morning, so yeah, I've not been awake for that long. So yeah, Ultra run 5th from De Benedetto. We've got a really competitive top 6 at the moment, with 2 Mercs, 1 Ferrari, 1 McLaren, 1 Dragon and 1 Red Bull. So we've just got 5 different constructors in this top 6 right now. Now it is also saying something about some of the cars of the teams, but yeah, it's Cerqueira pulling away once again. BDS can use DRS, as this time there's nothing Ocampo could do about it. He did not get that traction like he would have wanted to have before, and this time he drops out to P3, and now he needs to keep within these top 2. But if you can't keep within a second of P2, he's not going to get DRS next time around. BDS is quickest in this first sector, and he is trying to approach Cerqueira as fast as he can. You see they're shifting up into 7th gear, but 1.3 seconds is going to be a nightmare to recover in such a small amount of time. as we've got 1 more second to go of lap 4. Penalties being given out further back for Tackle Van Horn versus Theo and Headley. That's what I've noticed there down at Racing Point as McLaren of also trying to get around on Ocampo. Ocampo defends, and once again Ocampo seems to have a good exit, but this time not as good as before. He is starting to lose out a little bit of time. He has got DRS, so Jens Olsen splits away from the pack and he enters the pits, so he's going to be going for the undercut. Ocampo does not get enough straight line speed, and he will not get ahead of Blade Dragon Sonic. Now, where is Jens Olsen going to come out of the pits? Because many cars there passing by, and going to come out there in 16th place. Almost contact though. I noticed that there's almost contact between Olsen and Zygmunt. That was extremely close. So yeah, nothing happens with lead at the moment. The Caval's still trying to push his tyres. However, they are wearing out quite a bit. BDS tyres are really wearing out, as he's got no more grip left in them. They are sliding around like ice. Now for Olsen to make up places, he needs to get some on-track places, because the net race places are not going to just come to him. He needs to work for them on the outlap. As he gets ahead of Butler and versus Theo, he already got ahead of Zygmunt before, and now his next target would be Livery. We've got to look at this pit stop here. BDS moving on to hard, same thing for Dominic Benedetto. Olsen very clearly onto a 2-stop strategy in the pits for hard. Also comes Damian Castro, and there it is. Olsen passes by, moves up into 9th place, and is ahead of Blood the Dragon Sonic. So he's going to use the softs as much as he can before they wear out too much. I think that's self-explanatory already. But here we go, Ocampo and Serracchiara, the two that started this race on mediums. They've got at least another 1 or 2 laps left in their tyre, and they've got to use them. They've got to use them, or else they're done for. Tom Leon, he's been staying up so long. He's out the entire race so far. 33%, 32% now on his softs. I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to call Tom Leon in instead of Ocampo, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, Ocampo's staying out, Serracchiara stays out as well, and Tom Leon apparently will pitch. Yes, he does come in, which means here on lap 7 we could see the top 2 hit this lap. Meanwhile, Olsen there up in P7 BDS, you can see him just in the distance. And there it is, Olsen trying to get past Lanfong, and Waldo comes by out of nowhere in the Williams. Wow. But yeah, Olsen's just stuck in a blockade. It's ruining his strategy as well. This would have been such a good strategy to stop. But as you can see, all the traffic is not making it a good strategy around here, which is really unfortunate. Because if there was no traffic, he would have been flying, like absolutely flying, as he moves up into P5 once again. P4 is just in distance, literally right next to him. Goes around the outside of Lanfong, and he moves up into 4th place. Incredible. But now BDS, he gets past Lanfong with 0 issues. Which does mean now that Olsen will be under threat from the Dragon, and McLaren have got to do everything they can to try and win this, as both Serracchiara and Ocampo, they are staying out on track. So they're risking it as Adelaide comes in for his first stop of the day. McLaren will be moving on to softs. I don't think they've strategized that well down there. Now we can see what Olsen can do with the remainder of a soft tyre pace. Because 64% of them are going to start to see the visible wear soon. BDS is hard. Let's just see what they're on. They are on 85%. Also, going to have to go a little bit longer if he wants to make a 2-stop even somewhat worth it. I don't think he's going to be realistically fighting for a win today. If he does, it'll be an absolute miracle for the McLaren team. Yeah, Ocampo's struggling with the grip. Same thing for Sergio. They've got no more pace left in that tyre, and the teams down at Mercedes and Red Bull, they know what to do with their drivers. They know they've got to pit them. Into pit lane comes Davide Serracchiara as we head on towards lap 9. Sebastian Ocampo staying out another lap, so he's going to be risking it. Serracchiara moving on to mediums. Is Ocampo going to be going on to mediums? Well, I'd imagine so. Serracchiara is going to be leading the pit lane, but he's going to be quite a bit behind the other leaders in the pack. Ultra will also get ahead of him. I don't know about Tom Leon though, as Serracchiara leaving the pit lane now, and there is Tom Leon, and there is Serracchiara. So he's got one less person to try and cut through today. He leaves the pit in P6. A.G.E coming out on soft tyres. Interesting strategy call down the Dragon, saving for Lamfong as he's leaving the pits, and he'll be leaving down P17. A.G.E taking the exit in P20. Not good for the Britain at all. Also now with the lack of grip on his tyre, he's under threat from Blade Sonic, and the two are side by side, both of them going off the track. And as a result, Olsen drops down to P3, but that was some very close moment there. And Olsen hugging the inside, he's going to be going into the pit lane, the other side, but there's a virtual safety car, and this is time right. McLaren will be delighted, but Eduardo is out of this Grand Prix, and there is the Williams car. Mechanical failure for the Williams. Also going on the softs with 6 laps to go. You have to try and carry them to the end, but we do know for a fact McLaren have benefited massively there. They managed to put Olsen ahead of Adelaide. Wow, and he's right on the back of Tom Leon for the race restart. The VSC ends, we are going green again. Tom Leon will not really be able to fight this one. Also had a better restart, and he's on better tyres. He's going to go down the inside of the Red Bull, Rowdy outside. 2 warnings to track limits. And Tom Leon's still trying to fight it, but it's just not worth it. Also moving up into 6th place. And ABS has a lead of 1.5 seconds. He has been absolutely flying when De Benedetto wasn't. Wait, Serracchiara though is still one of the ones to look out for today though. He was leading before by quite a gap. Now, this strategy may have been the worst strategy. Like, it definitely was the worst strategy that he went for, because the track is now rubbering up and it's benefiting the people on the harder compounds of medium and hards. I mean, it's benefiting the soft tire runners a lot as well. But mediums are now working for Serracchiara. Just that one extra lap that he done really cost him a lot of time. And now Sebastian Ocampo up in P3. He's got the Mercedes there in sight. He's looking to get P2. But the skies are getting dark. Could we be seeing some last moment rain in this Grand Prix? Well, it's up to the sky to decide that. It's up to me. I can't control the weather. Bastillo into the pitch for a second time today. Going on to a fresh set of mediums. Olsen still in P6, but he's fighting Ultra. He's overtook the Ferrari up into P5. And now he's got the Mercedes and Red Bull and Dragon in front of him. Ocampo getting within a second of Blade Dragon Sonic. His mediums are really working for him. And this will be great news for Red Bull. If they can pull this win off, it will be spectacular. But I'm not going to say anything now because of what can happen. Like, anything can happen in these races. And you can see the Dragon there using DRS, no contest. The Red Bull takes first place and now leads here in Imola. But of course, we have an insanely tight constructors battle, and this result would really help us also up into P3 now. He's ahead of Serracchiara and De Benedetto, and now he's going to be aiming for second place, which if you do, once again, bringing more points to McLaren, making this battle in the constructors even closer than it already is. And yeah, it'd be lovely to see an incredibly tight constructed battle. Here we are, BDS going to go in his rear view, if I can actually get the camera to work properly. But here it is, you can see in the background Olsen and David Cerqueira. Olsen really getting aggressive, almost sending it to the rear of BDS, as we've got just over 3 laps to go now. Now it looks like Olsen's going to be going around the outside of that final corner to try and make some work, and into the wall goes Tom Leon. As heading down this back straight here. Now I don't think that he DRS at all because of the yellow flags possibly interfering. So I don't know about that. Yeah, as this race goes on, Ocampo continuously and also continues to wear down his tyres. Maybe mediums would have been a better choice at McLaren. Maybe they just would have been. There is a big 5 second at the moment. Tom Leon in the pits. Crumbly should get promoted up into the points paying positions for Renault. As Damian Castro in P9, which is not good for Renault. Hoslan Fong moving to this team at Renault, thinking it would be better, which it looked like it. It looked like it was going to be better, but then pulls out. No, oh, BDS into the wall! And this will be delightment for Sebastian Ocampo as the championship leader gets damage to his front wing. But yeah, as I was saying before, Lampard moving over into Renault because it was going to be better than Haas, but then Haas came up the season, gave David Castro a lot of upgrades, and now he's consistently in the points. Something that Haas would only dream of at the start of last season before they would actually start scoring points. So yeah, Olsen's objective now is to try and hold on to P2, but he has got Cerqueira behind, who's on probably better tyres yet less wear, even though it is a worse compound overall. And out of the race goes one of the Haas cars, which is Zygmunt. I was talking about Haas just before, and now you can see a very bad mechanical failure, and you can see that fire coming out of the car, which is far from ideal, and it's not at all what you want to see. Just gonna hope that the drivers are okay. Zygmunt and Eduardo, your retirees from this race. Ocampo leading this race by 6 seconds. David Cerqueira is like 3 to 4 seconds back on Olsen, and BDS has got damage to his car, which he is staying out for, but being a P5, he is gonna reduce that. He's going to have that points gap at top standings reduced heavily. Now I did say it was going to be 30 points before. I was acting as if BDS was leading by 5 points. Nope, the gap out in front of the championship is 40 points. I said it wrong the entire time in that race. Probably close tired at the time. Here are Ocampo at the start finish line. He's got one final lap left. And this could be a turning point in the Drivers' Championship. We'll have to see what happens though, as we are in the final half of this season. It's looking like he's gonna start this final half how he started the first half, with a win. It's looking strong at the moment. He's just gotta keep it clean to the end of this Grand Prix. Ocampo though, he has this win in one hand, and yellow flags in the third sector. Headley and Butler, they collide. And it's not good for Ocampo as he's getting over into that crash site. As he's going to go around that chicane there. Gets around cleanly. He's getting extremely close to the wall, but he has survived the one unless on board of Olsen, who's really struggling for grip. But he does just get enough. But here we go, round the final corner. Sebastian Ocampo makes a return to the top step of the podium. Well done to Red Bull. It's a well-deserved win. Incredible strategy. Olsen's incredible look from earlier on gives him P2 from that virtual safety car. As Mark's trying to get ahead of the Sauber teammate and Headley, but it's not going to work out. Cerqueira finishes on the podium P3 from Dominic Toronto. And BDS for Dragon Racing will finish in P5. Disappointing end to that race for him. It would have probably been P2 or P3 for him, but of course hitting the wall there completely ruined his pace and ruined his race, unless quickly finished 10th. Okay, well, sorry coming out the pits P20 earlier on. He finished P11, Darwin Castro scoring outside the points, so he didn't even score, sorry about that. Fong finishing 13th from Livery Van Horn. Reverse Steele picks up pieces from Altari, finishing P16. Dem Butler P17, but we all know it's going to be last, as Headley was going to go up to 17th, climb up to 8th. Bogdasarov might be up to 19th, I doubt though, I do doubt. Now looking at that gap, and Zygmunt Eduardo out of the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Yeah, Bogdasarov definitely will not be gaining a place today. But here it is, another podium with 3 different constructors. A BDS Championship leader takes a huge points hit at the top of the standings, which is bad for him, but Sebastian Campo will be delighted, especially after the horrendous race back in Monza. And with that, Red Bull are your winners today. It's been an incredible one though, I hope you enjoyed it. So yeah, with that, let's listen to the Filipino national anthem. Sebastian Campo, Olsen, and Sergio are your podium finishes today, and as you can very much see, the Vendetta BDS Ultra 4, 5th, and 6th, and we have Adelaide, Rainbow, Tomlin, currently finished off points. UK Ball finishes 11th from Damien Castro and Fong, and Livery of Jack Van Horn, 15th from Bustio, Edward, Klein, Butler, 19th, then from Bogdasarov, Stigma, Eduardo, DNFing earlier on. And so for that, we're done in Emilia-Romagna. In Imola. We'll see you next time in Mugello when F1 Classic returns.